REC is a heartwarming miniseries that manages to incorporate more of what I'd like to see in a good romance anime, but it's only 100 minutes in total. Fumihiko has the worst luck imaginable. It's just one bad thing after another. In episode 1, he stood up on a movie date when a silver lining finally appears. Aka is a kind-hearted cinephile who just happened to overhear his frustrations when she offered to take his date's spot at the movies. Although their paths split after their brief introduction, it won't be long until their trails merge once again. Fumihiko was awakened late on a rainy night by the sounds of sirens as he realizes a nearby house had caught fire. Upon further investigation, he sees Ako drenched on the swing set when he discovers it's her home that burnt down. Out of kindness, he offers to let her stay the night at his house, which becomes the catalyst that sets this story into motion. Fumihiko works for the advertising agency of a chip company, and Ako is an aspiring voice actress. Out of coincidence, his project was greenlit, and Ako managed to score the role of voice actor for its commercials. While its premise has all the makings of a fan service-filled fantasy, it's actually not the case. Although its circumstances are stereotypical of ecchi anime, its execution is much more complex. REC delves into some of the deeper, more complex and psychological aspects of romance. For example, how does it feel when you're the successful one at the start of a relationship and the tables suddenly turn? Of course you'd be happy for your partner's success, but what of the failure that burns deep within you, consuming all of your energy, and the embarrassment preventing you from explaining why you seem depressed? Of course, the right thing to do is talk about it, but most people aren't equipped to do the right thing at all times, so they bottle it up, lash out about something totally unrelated, and create a big misunderstanding. I'm not saying it's acceptable, but it is realistic. Additionally, Ako continuously deals with the aftermath of having sex with Fumihiko in the very beginning. However, she didn't do it because she's an easy woman. Instead, she just lost everything in a house fire and found herself emotionally vulnerable in an intimate situation. Because of this, she gave Fumihiko the wrong expectation moving forward. She doesn't exactly know how or have the courage to express her feelings about that moment, but at the same time she has no choice but to live with the horn dog who has the wrong expectations and likewise isn't voicing his feelings towards her. The entire anime features numerous realistic and understandable scenarios that are sparked by unrealistic and exaggerated anime scenarios. I'm going out on a limb and saying women might enjoy the anime just as much despite it obviously being tailored towards men. The story nearly equally depicts both characters' perspectives, but it's not exactly equal. Fumihiko is a self-insert protagonist with not a lot going for him in the characterization department. On the other hand, Aka has enough personality for the two of them, considering she has aspirations, the courage to chase them, and even hobbies. She's way more fleshed out. From Ako's perspective, Fumihiko is an emotionally illiterate guy with one thing on his mind who's way too available. While this may not be appealing to the ladies, it's probably on the realistic side for them. Additionally, the anime has a complete ending that I consider to be heartwarming and emotional. I thoroughly enjoyed it and was impressed that an adaptation of a 16-volume manga would feel so complete. I was also relieved that the anime didn't go down the fanservice route when Aka had to take a job voice acting a hentai game. Instead of that being all about sex humor, we had one innocent little scene, and the rest of that mini arc focused on Aka internal struggles, considering that it's a job that she hates but is a stepping stone to achieving her goal. That's basically the anime in a nutshell. It's the perfect blend of humor, cathartic moments depicting a loving relationship's upsides, and a few of the realistic downsides. Although I enjoy perverse humor like Golden Boy, I'm happy to say this anime is like 90% innocent. I give REC an 8.5 out of 10 while giving its side story a 7. The side story is a single episode set during the middle of the series that involves the woman who stood Fumihiko up in episode 1. I can't stand her, so I wasn't a big fan of that episode, but still, I recommend watching it as there are a few comedic bits as well as touching moments. I recommend anyone remotely interested in romance anime to give this one a shot because it's basically movie length once you remove the openings and endings. I don't know why there's no re-edit of this because the plot flows nicely. If you decide to check out REC, come back and tell me what you thought. Like the video if you enjoyed it, and share with a friend so more can experience the heartwarming wonders of REC. Thanks to Nia-chan for 3rd tier Patreon support, and I'll see you tomorrow with my review of Iria no Sora.